So, for this March recap, we are extremely excited to introduce our guest to the show, Mara Laga. Mara is a military spouse, business consultant, entrepreneur, and the co founder and COO of Military Creator Con, bringing together filmmakers, podcasters, artists, content creators, and entrepreneurs in and around the military space to build businesses, foster community, and amplify their creative voices. Mariah, welcome to the podcast, and thank you so much today for joining us to really discuss Military Creator Con and the impact that Military Creator Con has on our veteran, military connected, and military community. And we're so thankful to be a part of Military Creator Con. And so before I turn it over to you to tell us what it is, Military Creator Con, for those of you out there who don't know, it is 16 to 18 April in Arlington, Texas. And can you please just tell us what Military Creator Con is, how it came about, and what people can expect if they come to Arlington, Texas, and what they'll get from the conference?
Sure, it's a mouthful, but yeah, I can do that. So, what Military Creator Con is, as you sort of explained, is really the entire creative space. If you took all those creative people in the world and you put them in a big circle, and then you took all the military connected people and you put them in a big circle and you mushed them together, you would get that sliver of people would be our heart and soul. And that is really important to us that we serve that particular kind of community because creatives, especially coming out of the military space, there's a lot of creative people in the military, problem solvers, they become entrepreneurs, they're photographers, there are media people, there's all kinds of people coming out of the space. And one thing that they do easily is transition into contracting. But one thing they do it's a little bit harder is to to transition into more creative endeavors. So that would be innovation, product development, entrepreneurship, photography. We have people who make belts. We have people who do woodworking. We have jewelry designers like me. So filmmakers, that's a good one too. So we have a lot of different kinds of people in our community that we try to support, and it's all about the community. The event is a kind of a capstone of what we do in the community every day, which is introduce people, collaborate with people, connect with one another. And that conference, like you said, is the 16th to the 18th of April, is going to start with like a welcome social on Thursday night. So everybody's going to kind of come in at their leisure, register, do whatever, and then they're going to head over to the bar, which is where a lot of our people like to be, and kind of chill and hang out and get to know people they've never met before, see old friends, connect with people that they've served with that they actually never met before, but they might have been on the same ship or they might have been on the same flight line, what have you. And then we start our sessions the following day. We have a networking coffee at like 8 in the morning. We go into sessions all day. We have a catered lunch. And then that Friday night, there's a VIP happy hour for a couple of hours. And then we go into a Casino Royale night where everybody gets to sit down and gamble and play and challenge one another. And we'll end that night with a raffle. And we have such cool things at the raffle. I just told you we have a barbecue grill. Weber's doing a barbecue grill, and Blazing Star Barbecue's doing all the spices. Melinda's Hot Sauce is doing that. We've got Jealous Devils doing the charcoal. I mean, it's just kind of the coolest package, this ultimate package. But our grand prize at this moment, until somebody comes in and like supersedes it, is 4 tickets to the Boston Celtics floor seats at the Garden. So kind of excited about that. That's going to get raffled. I think that's going to get a lot of attention. Just saying. Then the next day starts exactly the same. Coffee, sessions, a buffet lunch, and we end with everybody coming back together in a little keynote, and off we go to the closing night party, which is a sponsored speakeasy. So we're going to have live entertainment, we're going to have a comedy show, and then we're going to close that night with a traditional whiskey and cigar nightcap. So that's kind of what the agenda looks like in a nutshell. And we're really excited about it. I think it's going to be really special.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys have so much packed into 2 days, just with how you just went through the structured agenda and what's going to be going on. But can you also hit on who your keynote speaker is?
Are you back?
Yeah,
Was
I'm
I
here.
frozen or
Okay.
were you? Okay.
Did you hear what I said?
No,
Okay.
you said that it's packed.
Actually, okay. So yeah, so I said it's action packed, but can you also hit on who your keynote speaker is?
That's a great question because I'm still pinching myself that we got this keynote speaker, and it's really because of the collaborations and connections that we make, which is what I think people need to take away from Military Career Con is it's all about your network, right? So Christopher Lochhead is an amazing man. He is powerful, intelligent, he's kind of a Valley guru, right? I think he might not be thrilled that I kind of equate him to like the new, better, bigger and better Steve Jobs. Like he's just amazing, visionary. And he developed category design. He's the pioneer of category design as a concept. And he has 15 best-selling books, one of them being Play Bigger, another one being Category Pirates. He has a podcast, but normally what he does is he consults with companies. So he's a fractional CMO or a contracted CMO. And I don't want to like give away too much, but I think he took one company from $1 billion to $5 billion. I think his fee is like craziness. We'd never be able to afford him. So he knows that I feel that way. I'm like, how did we get so lucky? He's a huge military advocate. He really loves the military. He's a big patriot. So I think we just got super lucky. So one of our tickets includes a complete workshop with him on Thursday day, which I didn't mention earlier because it's a very special thing that MCC is sort of sponsoring. Like we're presenting it and it starts early morning on Thursday. And then as they go through this, it's very limited seating. It's not for the faint of heart. It's a little bit of a pricier ticket, but the value is astronomical. And after you've spent all this quality time with this man who charges millions for his time, then we go into the welcome social and he'll be there. Actually, I think I forgot to mention too, the mayor of Arlington is a Marine veteran, Jim Ross, and he will also be at the welcome social. So we have a lot of cool people that are going to be there in addition to Julie Austin, who will be a speaker.
Yes, yes, I will. On Saturday morning at 9:30. I'm super pumped about that and talking to the community about military transition and building, teaching, and leading are my 3 big points for that. But on top of that, you're an amazing keynote speaker. You also have some great fireside chats, and one of those is AAFES. AAFES is coming to provide a sit-down talk on getting into AAFES, getting into how entrepreneurs can help get their businesses into AAFES. So I want to highlight that for those of you that are out there and have been struggling to get your product into AAFES and trying to figure out how to do that. It's another great speaking engagement that will be happening. I think that is, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think that one's Friday morning.
It is. That's Friday morning. That's right after Christopher Lochhead. I think it's at 11 o'clock is when their panel is. In fact, I just got off the phone with them. I mentioned that's why I was a little late to our meeting. It's because I was talking to the panel, kind of going over what they're going to talk about, that kind of thing. Which I always encourage every panel to kind of get together, right, to talk so that they can encourage one another and understand their expertises. They're all from the same place, so they're a lot easier in general. Yeah, I think it's gonna be very educational because I think what they look for, what they do, how they operate their vision and their mission is something that not everybody knows. And I think it's really important that if people want to do business with AAFES, that they understand how they operate, what their ethos is, and also how they can operate better and cleaner and clearer with them. So I think that's kind of going to be a really great session.
Yeah, and that's another one pumped about, because I know so many people that are part of our DogTags ownership community who've been trying to get into AAFES and have, had a lot of red tape and bureaucracy to try to get into it. So learning that for them that I can bring back, to help our community as they try to grow and turn their dog tags into ownership and expand their businesses, honestly. And then,
And I
the
asked those
last
tough questions. I was
what's
just gonna say,
that?
and I asked those tough questions today. I
Yes.
said, "These are the kinds of questions that we're getting. These are the kinds of things we wanna know." And honestly, I personally walked away from that conversation more educated and understanding a little bit better what's involved. I mean, we're talking thousands of stores, but it's not just thousands of stores, it's thousands of products, it's thousands of things. So there's a way that can be facilitated and made clearer, I think, and they're aware of that, always trying to do better, which I love that heart. That heart to me is kind of the heart of my community and our community in general, which is you can always do better, right? And I love that attitude. But there is challenges to being a government entity, right? So there are different things that I did not understand that I do now better. So I think that's going to be really enlightening.
Yeah, and if you're out there and you're not able to make Military Creator Con, first, you should. Second, if you can't, send us those questions because we can help facilitate that and get you the answers back that you're looking for. And then finally, you have some big sponsors that are coming that are part of this great event. So can you just talk about the sponsorships that you have for Military Creator Con?
Well, one of our big sponsors, our presenting sponsor is High Level. I think Go High Level is, well, it's technically called High Level. I don't know why I always say Go High Level, but High Level is one of those companies that sort of has encompassed now the necessity of marketing and communication and retargeting and funnels and CRMs. And by the way, I didn't mention Christopher Lochhead coined the phrase CRM. I think that's cool, man. But anyway, so that's really a great sponsor. They are also giving an exclusive trial to Military Creator Con community people. So that's important for your people to know, for all of our people to know that they're really going the extra mile to incorporate the veteran and military connected community and try to elevate what they're doing now to something that's even more powerful. So I love that. We are blessed. We're going to have the VFW there. We're going to have the VA Office of Suicide Prevention there. We have some other really big sponsors like Tenor, which is a veteran owned relationship company that does it's like a CRM, but not like I want to call it the CRM or the something, but because it's really an AI based program. I might have mentioned this to you where the way you think, the way the neural net of your brain thinks and kind of relates people to one another. And it kind of takes that into consideration. So it's not like you're just putting information into boxes. You're able to search it through AI to say, prep me for this meeting. I'm going to be meeting with Julie. Tell me about Julie. What does she feel like is her greatest accomplishment? And a lot of the information that you've already put in there or that it's enriched automatically through AI helps you to be able to kind of understand who you're dealing with and really enrich those relationships. So that's what it's all about with us, right? Oh, we have interview valet. Like, oh my God, we have like 37. Like, I know I've forgotten somebody. Somebody's gonna be like, you didn't mention us. But they're all amazing people. They're all supporters. This is our first year on our own, which is really important because we were a microcon of a big conference called Podfest. That was where our heart started. We kind of leave it there, that creative podcast start is where we evolved out of. So we were the first day, which is kind of like what we're doing for Christopher Lochhead. The first day, we sort of did a summit, a 1-day event for several years with Podcast, always knowing we would go out and have a multi-day event. And this is it. This is our inaugural event. So I'm really excited. Hope you'll all come.
Yeah, and like you said, it's just a great event bringing our community together. And at the end of the day, that is what it's all about. It's supporting each other, helping each other build our networks to help veterans, military members, military connected do more for America. And as we approach America 250, and I say this all the time, you couldn't have America 250 without the military and without us networking and being together and being a community. That's what it's all about. So I applaud you and James for putting together Military Creator Con and what you're doing. And like I said at the beginning, April 16th through 18th, Arlington, Texas. You can go to militarycreatorcon.com to secure your ticket. And if you're looking for a special code, reach out to me. I can send it to you and we can get you a ticket. But we hope to see everyone there and come ready to learn, come ready to network, and come ready to meet new people, meet old friends, and just have a great time. So thank you so much for joining us and telling us a little bit about Military Creator Con.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it so much.
I think I got the website right.